Arthur Smith, head coach for the Falcons, on what he has seen with the Browns on tape.
It's a good football team. I got a lot of respect for their staff and especially the way they play up front. You know, it's a really good offensive line. They're just going across the board. And then they do a really good job. They lead the league in time of possession. They're number one rushing team in the league. Gone against Brissett a few times. Saw him in Indy. We saw him last year down in Miami. We practiced with him. Really good player, other than the fact that he went to NC State. But he is a really good player. He's hard to bring down. He's got a big arm. Smart. They do a really good job. They're going to throw a lot of things at you, shifts, motions, and they're going to try to grind you down. And we got to be ready to go, especially in the run defense. You got to tackle well. You know, the arm tackles are not going to bring the job down. Like I said, we got to be able to grind this game, and it's going to be a heavyweight fight.
And Quincy, you mentioned how good the Falcons' offense has been. Their defense has struggled, especially their pass defense. Pass defense is one of the bottom 5, bottom 6 in the league. So their defense has struggled. It's lining up to be a high-scoring game.
Don't that sound familiar? Like these two teams are the same pretty much, except for the difference has been Jacoby Brissett, right? Like this has been the difference. Marcus Mariota, he's given them the same amount of big-time throws as Jacoby Brissett has. Jacoby Brissett has been much better at limiting the turnover-worthy plays, right? If you look at every game that the Falcons played, there's a big Marcus Mariota fumble, interception, questionable throw somewhere in that game at a critical moment. And that's been the difference. That's why they're 1-2 and the Browns are 2-1. They're basically the same team. Surprising offense, able to run the ball really well, able to win on the ground, outside zone. And then when you look at it on defense, a secondary that's underperforming despite having pretty good players. I mean, they have Casey Hayward, who's not Casey Hayward anymore, but he's still a decent player, and A.J. Terrell, who is a shutdown corner. So these are pretty similar situations. The difference between these two teams has truly been the Browns have not had to deal with as many mistakes from the quarterback position as the Falcons have. And this probably, if we go back to when they signed Jacoby Brissett, that's probably a shock to a lot of people, right? Because a lot of people wanted Marcus Mariota if we weren't going to have certain situations here. But that's what the difference has been between these two teams who are playing incredibly similar football. I mean, they even gave up a lead in the first week of the season, like the Browns did in the second week. They're basically the same team with the same weaknesses and similar offensive philosophy because they're both running the same kind of offensive style. And when Deshaun's in there, we're going to see that same pistol set that they're going to be running this week.